And like basically, I like to ask ladies about their business, how they run their business, what got them in the business, and stuff of that nature. Because what I want to do is I want people to understand who we are, that we real people, we just do extraordinary things. Period. So enough about like me. Let's talk about you. How's your day been going, Miss Lady?
It's been good. A little bit of a fire hose. I'm working with the PR company right now. We're putting together some stuff. There's some articles that will be coming out in some magazines for me. So we're getting all that together, and that's really exciting. And then after this, I'm going to go train for my coach. I'm trying to prepare for a fitness competition later on in the fall. So it's been good.
So, all right, fitness. Because one, as the smokers know, I love a bodybuilder. I love her. And Leah Taylor, that's my homegirl. I like her and stuff. It's sexy to me, period. Especially the females that actually do of adult film and stuff and everything. And, of course, you looking gorgeous. I mean, I ain't gonna front. I'm sorry. I just trying to keep my eyes up. I apologize. But if you don't mind me asking, if I go forward, how big are those? If you don't mind me asking.
So these are now a G. A G. So yeah. So we're going. We might have to. We'll see if we switch it up on the next outfit. I don't know if this is too much for my coach. But yeah, it was originally a double D, and then I breastfed, and then I decided I was going to go ahead and get breast enhancements, and then as time goes on, you have to get them redone.
Yeah.
I like these because these are called the gummies, and nowadays they're squishy like gummies, but there's nothing liquid in them. There's nothing liquid to pop. They should have been doing these all along, so they're much safer.
And to me, I mean, you don't hear no complaints from me. They're beautiful. Yes, I know premium smokers, relax. We will talk to her about coming on the premium smoke room, but we'll get to that down the line now. What got you into the bodybuilding world?
I've always lifted. I actually, my senior year, I was a little bit unique in that I started doing, one of my electives was I could lift with the guys, or I could do something else that the girls were doing. And I decided to lift with the gents, and I was the only female in high school lifting with the gents. And then I came across a bodybuilding book in high school as well. This woman with a gorgeous body, and I just thought, this is phenomenal. How did she get her body to be shaped like that? And I started reading. And so I joined a Curves for Women in high school by myself, and I started lifting. And for me, it was just stress relief. It felt good. And just, transforming, doing the best I could with my body. And then fast forward years and years of just lifting, being a functional lifter, lifting for power and strength. And having people say, with your body, you should consider competing. We could do a lot with you. And then I'd always say, no, I don't want to be that serious about it. That's too crazy for me. I'd have to really restrict. And coming on the heels of COVID, I know everybody started hitting the bottle more, smoking the ganja more. Just, we're all trying to cope during COVID. And
yes,
yeah. So I was entertaining more happy hours, and I thought, why don't you go ahead and throw yourself into these competitions? Because alcohol and the fitness world, it doesn't really go hand in hand. You can drink. I'm not saying I'm not a square, but when you're prepping for these, drinking actually stymies your ability to change everything into muscle, turn that protein into muscle. So,
and plus, y'all have a serious training regimen before a competition anyway, from the diet to the workout. So, yeah, I didn't have them conversations, people. Stop playing.
And And I like THC too. I mean, it kind of helps me go to sleep, and I love it. I love it for aches and pains, but I just got to be careful not to munch too much.
Oh yeah. So with that being said, hey smokers, how y'all doing? And welcome to the Smoker Show. You see how we always start off hot like that? Y'all like it like that. You know who I am, Kavanaugh the Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/Porn Rap Star. Let me tell you about 4 wonderful sponsors to tell you about. The first one being the Facebook and LS community, lasworld.com. Next up, the hottest adult magazine in the game, eroticismmagazine.com. Also, 90% profit. No hashtag for you content creators, and new place for you consumers to consume your Triple X content. I'm talking about excitebunny.com. And last but not least, award-winning and award-nominated. I'm talking about smut with some voiceover, and they even have virtual reality. I'm talking about blusherotica.com. Also, we're a proud member of the GW District Black Podcasting Network. So go over to shopgwdistrict.com and go buy something. Also, check me out 5 days out the week in the mornings at fullyswatradio.com. Also at skyhawkafterdarktv.com, as well as the BGP LLC app. So I'm going to shut up and let this gorgeous, beautiful fitness model, who also showed me that she can get down on the porn side of things, but we'll get to that down the line, introduce herself. Go ahead, baby.
Well, I am Olivia Bentley, and I have been a feature entertainer for almost 15 years at Nevada brothels. And I've been nominated as Courtesan of the Year multiple times of all of Nevada. So that's very flattering. I have not gone to the actual events. I tend to come right back to family. I go there, I enjoy my time, I make my money, and I come on back. But now I'm at a point where I'm ready to transition to Onlyfans. And it's
doing good, ain't it? Trust me, I know. I'm sorry. A fitness model doing porn kills it because of her body, the weight, the shape, the picture, the angles on camera, and all that and stuff. And then plus on top of that, like I said, it's like you multifaceted. Let's just keep it 100. You feel me? So before we get to the porn though, because see, I want to get people a spectrum of those beautiful titties and that beautiful smile and that beautiful physique. Tell me about the first competition that you did.
I did it in Reno. I actually did it while working at the BunnyRanch, and the local. I thought, oh boy, I'm gonna commit to this. We're gonna do it. And I was very well accepted in the community. The local gym sponsored me, and because the BunnyRanch is a part of the community there, and they're very much accepted. So that was really cool that everybody was cool with me, and I joined the team, and I went up for my first time, and I got third. I was terrified. I was pretty stiff. I'm still getting comfortable going on stage and doing my thing. And then the second show, we decided, okay, let's do it again. Let's go to Lake Tahoe. I still worked at the brothel during that time. And then I came in second. So then I moved up to second. So that was pretty cool. And then now I've got a show coming up late fall in Idaho.
Oh my goodness. So people can understand what you do. Describe the contest. Like, what different stuff do y'all have to do within it? Is it the one where you come out, you have to pose, you have to do routines, you know what I'm saying? Like the competition.
Yeah. So it's pretty involved. So you agree to track all your food. You track your fats, your carbs, and your protein. And you want to grow as much muscle as you can. You do like a bulking cycle where you're trying to grow as much as you can. And it's all kind of science, and you're figuring out your body. And then towards the end, you start cutting all that fat off. And you want to cut, I'm in the wellness division. In the wellness division, they're really looking mostly bottom down. So we're the girls with the booties and the legs, the thick thigh ladies.
Yes, you do. You have nice booty and legs. Yes.
So I did that for a cycle, and then on to the next cycle. And each lifting cycle, you gain more and more and more. And that's important because, you know, I'll meet younger gentlemen in the gym that are considering steroids. And it's like, you know what? You got to realize that some of these people, you know, there's people out there using steroids, but there's also, but it takes years, you know, you build upon more and more muscle. So if your testosterone's that high at that age, like, don't go to steroids, just work harder, you know? So,
Okay.
be patient. But yeah, that's kind of it. And then once you get a certain, now with wellness girls, we're kind of lucky in the sense, I mean, it's tough to cut that much fat off, but we're sticking around about a 10% body fat range, whereas other divisions you might have to go down to 7. And then you jump on stage, you do a pose, and then they rank you, and it's really about, you know, the overall package, about your physique.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at some pictures of her poses and shit. I'm sorry, I just find it just so sexy because it's just like, especially when you do the back pose, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, pretty. So it's cool. I know you was sad that you finished third though. For real. I know you was happy that you finished third because, you know, that's high for your first time though.
Yeah, I'm nervous, and I'm still cutting teeth and getting comfortable up there. And, you know, I hope to, but, you know, my second time I was more comfortable. And, you know, then I'm looking at the judges more. I'm looking out in the crowd and smiling more, and just go for it. If you're interested in doing it, and you get better and better and more confident, you know? So I have high hopes that eventually I could get my pro card, but I don't want to take steroids. That's one thing that is constantly offered to me. It's suggested to me, and it's a tough thing, because also here's an interesting thing. I'm pretty muscular. I can get very muscular, you know, on estrogen alone. I have a testosterone deficiency. So when I did my shows, my testosterone was like, they said it was like 1. I had a complete deficiency. But yet, once I started cutting, people were asking me in the gym if I was taking steroids. And so I find that fascinating. So
well, see, to me, I think in that situation and how your brand is, you don't need steroids, because what makes you even more unique is that you have a softer look for your physique. You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I mean, no shade to any female bodybuilder. Trust, believe, there's some gorgeous ones out there. Don't stop playing. But it's like, you work at the BunnyRanch, you have an Onlyfans, so it behoves you to kind of keep a feminine more touch to it. You feel me? To attract more, you know what I'm saying? More bees to the honey. You feel me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So shoot. So with that, you went with the world famous BunnyRanch. Dang. I was wondering what the BR stood for. I was like, oh my God. So, I mean, without going too deep, how is it like working at the world famous BunnyRanch? I mean, I remember it was on HBO back in the day when my man was alive and shit, you know, and everything. And how is it like working there?
It's very interesting. There's never a dull moment. So I started when the HBO show was running, and I was invited to come on. But I wasn't sure that I wanted to make that commitment. My son was really young, and I wanted to be able to kind of come and go. The show was so wildly popular that as a single mom, I could come in there and be there for just about a week and a half out of the month and make very good money and come back home and be a stay-at-home mom. And so for me, it was the best of both worlds. And then I've also gone over to the world famous Mustang Ranch as well. And I was their #4 producer, and I was only working, you know, 1.5, 2 weeks out of the month annually to get that ranking. So I've always appreciated, like, I mean, it's fascinating and it's fun. I meet so many interesting people, all walks of life from all around the world. and they're all into something different, you know, and then you've got to kind of understand them and clock their body and their psychology, and how can I make this the most unforgettable, awesome experience for you in the time that we have together and in the short time that I'm meeting you and getting to know you, because I want to knock your socks off in the bedroom. So that takes some time and skill. My first week at the BunnyRanch, you know, I'm the one that's supposed to be the pro, and I got invited and I was picked out a lineup and asked to do a threesome, and that was my first threesome. I gotta tell you, I played it off.
I would say to unpack that, but I don't know if she can or not, because I mean I know the rules for the brothels, because some brothels don't want you to discuss what happens inside of it. So, but you know what I'm saying? That's a hellified way to start off, guys.
Yeah, I'm like shaking, and I'm getting all cleaned up. And I went out, and I just, you know, and so I've just thrown myself into these sexual situations, and so now I'm just so comfortable, and so it's really cool. I like it.
Yeah, because I mean, my smokers know what it is, because they know my past and who I've dealt with and all that good stuff. So they know what the business is, you know, period. And to me, I'm gonna ask you this. At first, I'm pretty sure that you was using OnlyFans for, let's just say, advertisement to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying?
It's a show what you know.
Yeah. So what made you decide to go with the OnlyFans at first? When you go with OnlyFans?
Well, you know, truthfully, you know, after Dennis has passed, Dennis was the guy that was jumping out in front of everybody, getting everybody on camera, bringing, you know, Sean Hannity, Tucker Carlson in, you know, getting us into the mainstream, putting a girl on Oprah. That was his talent. I mean, he is the promo master. So with him not being there, it falls onto us. So I decided to do a show what you know, and it's been fascinating because, you know, before I was doing a lot of more high-end photo shoots, and then people had thought that I was really namely a girlfriend experience, and I was much more conservative. Yeah. And I'm anything but, if, you know, on the other side of the bedroom. But, you know, but that was kind of nice because people will take me traveling. They'll take me on these nice out dates where we're spending the night together, getting to know each other. You can take me out in public and I'm not going to embarrass you. But then when we go back to the bedroom, we can get pretty wild and do some interesting things. With the OnlyFans, I'm showing them these interesting things, and I immediately started getting feedback like, "Oh my gosh, I had no idea that you were like that you were so wild and hardcore per se in some ways." So now I'm getting more requests for a Pornstar experience over the girlfriend experience, but I do both. You know, I'm like the affectionate porn star.
Yes, I mean, no, because I saw some of her stuff on her Twitter page, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure you've been reached out to by some companies and stuff, because you do good work, I must admit. You know, period. I mean, so it's like, so when it comes to, when did it click that OnlyFans can make me money and me putting out content? Because it's one thing to advertise, you know what I'm saying, to get them to the BR and the stain, you feel me? But now it's, wait a second, man, this shit making some fucking money. They buying this shit.
I highly recommend, and that's the neat thing about it. I got to tell you, I really like OnlyFans, and here's why. So once I started working at the Bunny, in the old school way of doing porn, where people would call me up and say, "Well, we're interested in having you be in this porn, and then we're gonna market these, you know, the DVDs, you know, when they were doing the DVDs in the porn in the adult stores, right? Then we're gonna put those out into these." All these different franchises. They're going to make tons of money on you, but they're only going to give you like a couple grand per set. right? You don't own the rights. This is different. You are your own creator. You own, you know, all of the money can be yours, or I highly advocate for a management company, because you can only do so much. If you've got to crank out all this content and enjoy yourself and be creative, it's good to have a management company that can help with the marketing and whatnot and bringing people in. So that's who I'm actually hooking up with now. I'm actually kind of moving away from the escorting at the Bunny, and I'm moving towards the OnlyFans with a management company. I think that's even going to be better for me at this point.
Yeah, because when you think about it, it's like, if you want to be honest, anyone smart would have used the BunnyRanch as a stepping stone. Because one, let's keep it 100. The clientele that coming through that they spend money. They spend money. You know, and there's no talent. Plus, it was well known. So based off of that, and then now you got OnlyFans, and they can see you actually fucking. They can see you suck dick. They can see you do all this stuff. Yeah, they're gonna want to watch it. You know, period. Because it's kind of like, oh shit, she was at the BunnyRanch, now she got, you know, video. You know, period. And plus, on top of that, your shit look good. You ain't mailing it in with your bids.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's good.
So I like this. So, how did you choose the male talents that you work with?
That is an interesting conversation. Thank you for bringing that up. And this is why I really advocate for it. So I'm gonna share some experiences with you. So I first started out with trusted friends in my hometown, like my homies, and then they test and you know, and I was really strict about it at the BunnyRanch, because the government's managing, the state of Idaho is managing the sex work there. They're really strict. We have to go to the doctor and get tested and pay out of pocket. They don't even let us use our insurance once a week. So it's rather pricey, but once a week we're testing. So we're constantly testing. If you fail something, you're not working. You know, safety first. But it's a little bit different in the porn industry.
It sounds like the porn industry, damn near. Shit, it sounds like the porn industry, to be honest.
So, you know, my whole thing was like, once I come, my concern was people are going to start seeing me with guys raw dogging, and they're going to think that that's what they can do at the ranch. And that was a concern. And I discussed it with my boss, and we've been very clear about, you know, it's on my website, the protocol and how I have my people test right before I get with them. But that if we do the Pornstar experience in the escorting realm, you're using a condom, we can film. And I've got a video editor that will make you a nice souvenir, but we've still got to wrap up. And it's going fine. You know, there's of course there's people that will still ask if they can just plainly raw dog me, which I'm always like, yeah, okay, let me just sign up for that. And but so first it was people that I knew, and then I thought, you know what, you need to probably hook up with some professionals. It'd probably be better to increase your following. Yes and no. If you've got a good management company, you could even do solo, and you don't even have to have sex, and you can make a ton of money. You know, it's not about that. There's people doing cooking shows on OnlyFans making a ton of money. So, you know, to each their own, and the creator's in control and the creator's getting the majority of the money. And that's what I like about it. But then back to the safety point, I went and had an experience with a professional in Dallas. We FaceTime first to make sure everybody looks the same. Then we went to testing, and he even tweeted his test, you know, that week, like, I passed my test, and he knew I test, and we confirmed that we tested. Then I went down, and we had logistics all ready to go. And I had this safe filming experience with this gentleman. There's another guy recently that we were talking about filming, and he's really, really high up there. Everybody's seen him, and I'm not going to name his name. No mention of testing whatsoever. I fly and incur the fees to go and film. And this individual says, I might have something. The girl I just got with prior is popping up positive for something. So I've got to wait. Do you mind coming back on my own dime? And then we'll film again. And I just said, no, man, I'm not cool with this. Very vague, just the whole experience just did not feel right. It didn't even feel very safe. It was just like, here's an address and show up there. And then I'm going to do this, that, and the other to you, because like this, at this point, this person's so big headed that they're almost kind of demeaning in a way. And I just thought, ooh, this is not for me. And then when I go look at that person's OnlyFans page, they are cranking out the volume. So they are just volume fucking constantly. So I don't feel comfortable with that. And so having spoken with some professionals in the industry, they just said, you know what, keep your circle very, very small. And then you will always be able to have these people you can rely on, and you'll have consistency. You won't have to worry about diseases.
And two, also enables you to be a little bit more exclusive with your content, because you're not on so many people's site, period. I mean, I always said this, the blueprint, they always heard me say this, the blueprint is you have resident male talent that you work with on a regular basis. One, because you know where the dick been. Yeah, I keep it real on the show. Yes, you know where the dick been. You done been with them, this, that, and the third. God dang it. Straight up. And then you work with other established male talent just for like a change of pace, period. But if you already have that traffic that to where you can make, in other words, you ain't, well, I mean, you're not a king, but you know what I'm saying? You ain't kingmaker status. You a queen that can make, kings out this motherfucker. I mean, you can put dudes on, then that's the best way to be, honestly. So because it's like, trust me, I mean, I know you don't pay, I don't know if you pay attention to Twitter. You see how crazy the industry be sometimes. Yeah.
For sure.
We can be on my show. We don't play that. Nah, period. Because even to the point that you have females say they're just looking for a content partner. And stuff of that nature. But it like put it this way. Let's say if a guy did hit you up, what would he have to bring to the table? What would be the credentials that he has to have for you to work with him, other than he's cute and got a big dick? Because a lot of girls just pick dudes based off of that sometimes.
Well, now, I mean, people have been hitting me up, but the issue is, you got to hire me. I'm not, when I'm charging, mid to high four figures to be with me. And then all of a sudden these cats are like, oh, I'm going to hit her up and see if I could like get it for free by offering, my dick up for this OnlyFans stuff. I can't play that. I can't, cause I'm getting that. And so I've got to say, look, we can do the Pornstar experience and I'll put you, on my OnlyFans, but you're going to wear a condom and you're going to pay. Or, I mean, they would have to test, but I'm not going to be doing it for free. Otherwise I've just got, my small circle, they're right there. But
no, because the reason why I asked that is like, let's say if it's a very established male talent that got this shit together type situation. You feel what I'm saying? The reason why I say this is like this, because I've been in the business 15 years. I was in the business when it was VHS going to DVDs. He's straight up. You know what I'm saying? So, the biggest thing is that because of OnlyFans and because it opened it and made it seem so easy for people to get in and to make money, that it opened the gates too much, to the point that you got to dig through shit to find gold sometimes.
Yeah.
She had to dig through shit to find gold back then, a couple years ago. So there's no different there. So I mean, period. So no, it's like this. I tell anyone, if it makes dollars, it makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. People, with this management coming on, we'll see. But the overwhelming consensus with my fans is they really like seeing me have sex. I've been doing it, I've done everything. I've been doing it for a long, long time. So even though I'm new to the game of getting on the camera and getting it out there and actually putting it out to the public, I'm definitely I'm definitely no novice at sex. I'm very, very comfortable doing all sorts of things.
All right. So now, before I can see that you film, you work with a cameraman, am I correct?
Sometimes, but yes, or we just kind of, what you'll do is you'll set up different cameras,
Okay.
and then you'll just go for it and have your
Okay.
fun. Well, with everything at different angles,
Yeah.
or if you want to grab, and make it a POV, you
Yeah.
don't necessarily need to have a cameraman in the
Mm.
room.
No, the reason why I asked that is because, see, one of the other things they think working in front of that camera is easy. See, because it's kind of like I said again, when I watch stuff, I watch it with a different eye. You you actually work the camera. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I want you to speak to the fact that people think that being in front of that camera is actually easy. Period. And it don't take. It's just y'all fucking, and it's not no thought or bullshit. You want that shit to look good, you have to, what I'm saying, be paying attention while you fucking.
Yep. And when I first started, I was kind of shy and I wasn't looking at the camera. I was like, and then I'm like, and then, it's like, I know I need to look at the camera. And then the guy that I flew over to Dallas with, sometimes he'd gesture, look at the camera. And now I make it a point to look at the camera while I'm doing it. And I'm kind of getting off looking. I'm like picturing myself eyeing the viewers, when I'm getting off on that too. So yeah, I'm kind of getting off on look at me, look at what I'm doing. How naughty is this?
So I'm gonna ask you this: do you do? Excuse me. Do you have anal?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you DP?
So that's something that I don't know if I'm going to be able to make happen, but I've wanted to. I even asked the big name guy that, thinks his shit doesn't stink. I asked him about that, I don't know if he's doing those, but I know he's done everything under the sun on camera. So, but he wasn't interested in doing that. I would enjoy doing that. I've done DP with a toy and then a gentleman in my rear. But I know I could definitely take it. And then another thing that I have been asked to do that I know I could do it, double vag. Double vag is pretty popular. And I know I could do that too. Truth be told, like I have I'm starting to, there's a significant other in my life that is kind of starting to want to lock me down a little bit, and and of course he's like, he's turned on by all this and he's been a supporter, but he's down, of course, with another girl coming in, so we could do another girl. So like maybe for that DP, like at this point, maybe I'm not going to be able to get two real dicks in me, but if she had a strap on and then he came in, we could do it that way.
Oh, snap. So, and of course, the smokers know the question I got to ask. All right. Will we ever see a GB, a gangbang from you?
Oh, man. Maybe. I'd have to get permission. This is all stuff that I think I could do and it'd be awesome. To me, like if a professional company reached out and then my boyfriend said, okay, cool, you can do it, I would do it. Because for me in this industry, like I've done feet, I've done orgies, I've done all sorts of things. And it's a challenge for me to move up. And like people be like, oh, a gangbang is very hardcore. But for me, it's like, that's a challenge. Right? Because one-on-one, easy. Two guys, yeah, more of a challenge, but I could still handle it. Four guys? Oh, here we go.
She competitive with it, gotta tell you. She like, this ain't shit. Give me 10 of these motherfuckers, I would drag them. Now, because one, the beauty of porn is it allows us a grace of discovery. Period, of how freaky that we are, our nature, and no judgment, period. And the question I wanted to ask you was this, because I know we have to keep up with updates. We have to keep up with, keeping people with fresh stuff and everything. How often do you film? to keep yourself updated?
Well, I recommend, I mean, I have been filming weekly until recently that, the management companies wanting to have me go solo more so, but that doesn't mean that I'm not producing content. I'm producing content weekly.
Okay.
And another thing that you can do for time sense, some artists prefer to do a ton of content at one time. There's even like these conventions and these organizations where people will go and test, and then they'll get together and get it on and do a bunch of OnlyFans content together in like a formal fashion, and then have that content ready to go. Because when you're under the gun for content, that can sometimes you're feeling like you're on the hamster wheel to find that next person to get it on with, and that's not. It doesn't have to be that way.
But see, the thing about this era, though, it enables y'all ladies become a business within themselves. Because now, with that being said, before I go into this conversation, fellas, smokers, y'all know what time of the show it is. It's the time of the show where the pussies go dry and the dicks go limp. Let's talk about the business. Yeah, this part of the show where it gets unsexy. We're going to talk some business shit. Boss lady shit, boss man shit. Let's go. That's like this, right? All right. So with you have multiple ways of making money, period. Plus, which in turn means that you don't have to be focused on one thing to get it. You feel what I'm coming from? You feel? Because even to the point, like I know where, like one parallel that the bodybuilding has with the porn is that it's the reason why girls have to do the escorting, have to do the webcamming and all that stuff, because the content doesn't pay the bills by itself. Competitions don't pay as much, because I remember, watching a couple of, documentaries and stuff like that, period, So it's like, with you, for one, you do also solos, is correct?
Yes.
Period. So how often do you do your solos?
Weekly, pictures and masturbation. Because for me, and especially, and with the whole escorting thing, there are people that are interested in more of a girlfriend experience, and the pictures alone make them very happy, and they're a little bit more conservative in nature. So and then also just the psychology of like, just see me by myself makes them happy. But then, there's that show what dynamic that has been driving people into the Bunny that want to book me for these real high-end Pornstar experience parties. And they're expensive, and so
I know. I've seen the show, all the seasons. Yeah.
And truthfully, the Pornstar experience makes me more money over the girlfriend experience, unless that the guy doing the girlfriend experience, they'll sometimes come back and book me for overnighters or even weekends.
All right, okay then. I know the smokers, they looking at me as, all right, can you explain the difference?
Yeah. A girlfriend experience is that person wants to take you out and have dinner with you and really have a nice companion, a nice friend to go do things with. And when you get it on, they're wanting more like they want you to make love to them. They want you to kiss them. They want you to be more sensual. Not so crazy so much, right? Not so, I'm not necessarily going to be talking all this.
Yeah, you baby girl.
And then just squirting all over them and getting them so wild and crazy. It's going to be a slower roll.
Yeah.
And then, but then maybe they might say, hey, can you show me some freak side to it? It can once they get comfortable with you, they might want some of that freak nasty.
Oh, trust and believe. It like I said, I've seen the negotiations behind the camera. Dude wouldn't think he was paying this by the end of it, bro. He was going back and forth to that goddamn ATM. Like, he'll take the card. Just take it. Keep it. You charge me when you finish. I was sitting like, good night. Yes, sir. I'm sorry because I'm like, I love talking to ladies that been there because it's kind of like, and understand also me being in the porn industry, being around girls that actually was traveling with it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, understand it was a reason why girls was doing that because Hollywood wasn't paying as much as they used to. And this is why the content creator became the shit. Era became the shit. So, so with that being said, who handles your computer stuff, your editing, all that stuff?
I have a really nice guy that came to me on Instagram, and I had asked, I kind of put it out there, and then I went ahead and trusted him, and it's a work in progress. He's in another country. And then, you know, it's been kind of a work in progress, but now having worked together, like I really trust this guy. You know how trust is so hard to come by?
Yes, it is. Trust me. I'm a podcaster. And for a Pornstar, you know how hard it is to give up control of some shit?
Yeah. You know, but you know, smoke and mirrors are everywhere in every industry, especially in ours. So I just, you know, as we went, you know, if there's something I don't like, I mean, it's a communicative process. It's a communicative process and it's a creative process. And I really like this guy because he's so enthusiastic and he'll just like sometimes create something on the fly and say, I want to do this for you. Or what about this intro? And I like that. And then I have given him referrals. He's gone out and marketed. And now that he's very confident in what he's doing for me in the adult industry, he is working for other talent in the United States, doing theirs as well. So he's expanding his business and he's growing from the experiences that we're having together. And that's cool because he's a nice guy. So I've got a trustworthy cat.
I mean, it's beautiful to have a team because editing is a pain in the ass, people. I'm just saying.
Yes, it is.
It's a pain in the ass. Just for the podcasting sense. Damn it.
Oh man, I don't want to see what I did before I even had it. You know, it's like you know, there's a little glitch, or maybe you forget to cut something off. You know, I mean, just there's so much to account for, and you just can't do all of it. You know, throughout the day.
So it's like, so now also, like I said, in the midst of this, do you film when you are training?
Film myself working out?
I mean, no. Film for your porn shit. I'm pretty sure you film yourself working out. I know that sells just as much as the porn when you want to be down about it. I'm just saying.
So like filming porn while I'm training?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
like you training for a fitness competition. You know what I'm saying? You might still do a solo. You might still do a boy girl. You know what I'm saying, for your update or some shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have a fitness account on Insta, and you know, if you know, when you come in, and I get judges, I get real bona fide decorated bodybuilders and fitness enthusiasts that will follow me, and they know, I mean, my stories, I'm directing them to my OnlyFans, I've directed them to the BunnyRanch or my website, moreover. So they know I'm in the adult arena, but I'm posting a lot of legitimate, like, this is what I'm eating, and I'm posting my check-in pictures where I have no makeup on and I just wake up, my hair's all crazy.
I was gonna ask you, do you get any slack or flack because of you being with the BunnyRanch? Because you do you the OnlyFans, you do adult film, and stuff of that nature.
Not to my face. Not to my face.
You said not in my face.
People have been pretty cool. I feel like in this.
I mean, you want to be honest about it. I'm seeing more bodybuilder females starting to do this. You feel me? You know, period. Like because even like with my homegirl Kelly Shin, she's she was showing her workout video. She still work out like she's training for the Olympics. I'm sitting there like that. See, that's why I always wanted to film with a fitness girl, because I know she ain't gonna get sore too easy. She gonna be able to roll, because this ain't shit. This you gotta get a workout. This just it. That's it. We can do 3 more scenes. I'm ready to go now.
We have a lot more energy, and our pain tolerance is a lot higher, I have to say. So yeah, we're like the Energizer Bunny. Just keep going and going and going.
Yes, Lord. That's why I wish I could have worked with one of y'all, because I swear the thing got this piece. I can think of. So with all this, because you're balancing a lot, how you take your mental breaks, period. Because that's why I ask people how you balance everything. Because we ain't even talking about your personal side. It's just the weightlifting and the Onlyfans. You know what I'm saying? So how you balance it? Because sometimes this shit can be wear and tear on you. Sometimes it can be, fatigue. Because I remember someone would tell me about podcast fatigue, where you just get tired of podcasting. And yes, I've been hit it before. So what's some things that you do to keep your mental, your chakra, your tetra, up?
Yeah. I really like going to this special place where I live, and I hike and then I trail run. And the trail run, it's not necessarily I have a busted toe, but I can't help it, because the trail running it just gets all that stress out. I get that runner's high. So running can really help me. And then taking baths at night, I like to really relax to baths, and put a bunch of Epsom salt in those baths, and work on my lactic acid in my body, because I get a lot of knots. I get sore. I was so sore that first training, that first building cycle. Like there's been times I'm just like really sore at the BunnyRanch thinking, how am I gonna fuck today?
I'm like, people, you a bad, look. That's why I said she bad, yo. Work the BunnyRanch and still gotta train for a fitness. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about.
Thank you. Yeah. I gotta thank God for THC lotion. That's all I gotta say, because I like to put the THC
shout out to Sarah J and her CBD stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all check that shit out. She ain't a sponsor. It's just she been on the show before, and I love her shit. So
yeah, I think she worked at the ranch for a while. She's cool. Yeah. Back in the day, we were over there.
So have you been to any conventions?
Not yet. This time in August, I'm going to an ASN lifestyle convention, and I'll be on a speaker panel speaking.
Yes, I was seeing the advertisement.
Yeah, and that'll be fun. There'll be a ton of creators, everybody from Playboy magazine to Adam and Eve. There's all sorts of cats. There's even PR agencies representing. So it's a great opportunity to meet other content creators and people in the industry you might be able to do some business with.
Yeah, because there's so many. That's the beauty of. We always talk about that how many ways ladies can make money in this business, even to stuff that ain't even got. There's a part of the business that ain't got nothing to do with being in front of the camera, and stuff like that. What have you, networking, and so one, for you to be in a panel, that means that she gonna be talking some good stuff up there. So it's kind of like, because I also see that you as a intimacy educator, of course, which ladies in our business are, period. Shouts out to Naomi Morgan and everything. And so it's kind of like, with you, it's like, what do you think is the biggest problem with couples when it comes to intimacy?
That's a good question. I think communication. I think I think they get kind of stuck in a rut too. When they come to me at the BunnyRanch, I love couples. The ones, and I've got to kind of screen them because sometimes maybe the guy's bringing the gal in and she's really not that enthused about it, right? If you decide to take that just for the money, you better get ready because a fight might break out right in the middle of your party, and that's not fun. So I make sure that they're both on board, and I pay a lot of attention to the woman and make her feel really good about herself and confident. And they really just want to spice it up, try something new, gain more experience. I've been asked to help them understand how to do deep throating or anal. So I'm like I'm the demo Barbie. And it's really cool when they'll come in and we'll have these we'll forge these relationships and friendships and trust, and I can help them. But a lot of times they want to spice things up, and what's so flattering is when they come in on their birthdays, on their anniversaries, on Valentine's Day weekend, and they pick you and they say, we want you to be the one to celebrate this special time with us. They're not ever going to forget me. So it's meaningful to me.
And guess what? They end up subscribing to OnlyFans.
So I'm thinking.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, on Instagram, it's tough. I'll get shadow banned, and it's really tough. And for girls, we'll get noticed and shadow banned, and you got to be careful. And I think, I'm working with a PR company, and one way that I could add value, without getting in trouble is doing, educational reels on some of the things that we're touching on today, and not going overboard, but how to type things and. Yeah.
Oh, see, right there. You know what that means, fellas. That means that she gonna have to come back. She gonna have to come back, to the lounge. So it's like this. Can I call you a smoke buddy?
Yeah, for sure. I'll smoke up with you any day.
No doubt. So y'all heard it first. She'll be back here on Smoke's Lounge, and we also gonna bring it to the premium smoking because see, that was the other part I was alluding to because she said how to do it. She said that means in the smokers lounge, it's free, everybody can see it. It's a premium smoke room. You have to subscribe, and it gets more provocative, more wilder, more unpredictable. Titty might pop out, dildo might pop out. You don't know unless you subscribe, and you can only watch those episodes on Spotify only. That's right. Spotify has video just like YouTube. And you can only watch it there. And you got to watch it with your Spotify account. The link is in the description. So with that being said, because I got another show I got to do. That's why I say I got to bring you back because it's a lot we got to talk about. I can't wait. So with that being said, tell everybody where they can spend their money on you.
Okay, so if you go to live.b on OnlyFans, that's where you can find me.
See, it was that easy. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Live.b.
Live.b.
Live, baby.
See, it was that easy and that simple. So, premium smokers, we gonna get her on the premium smoke room, and she might show y'all something, she might not. You don't know. You better subscribe to find out. But either way, you know how we end these shows all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? You haven't learned anything. Smoke this over. Say goodbye to him, Liv.
See you guys. Can't wait to see you again.
Yeah.
Yeah.